Think you sound fluent? Not until you master these 8 daily idioms. They're the secret sauce native speakers drop without thinking. Miss them and you're missing out.
Already know them? Congrats! You're ahead of 90% of learners. But if not, buckle up.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at something that can, well, really help your spoken English sound more natural, especially British English.
Absolutely. We're talking about idioms.
Exactly. Those colorful phrases that pop up everywhere. Understanding them is great for your vocab, but also just for, sounding friendlier, more fluent.
They really are key, particularly for that advanced level. They pack a lot of meaning, often cultural meaning, into just a few words.
So our plan today is to explore 10 useful, everyday idioms you'll hear British English speakers use.
And for each one, we'll cover what it means, give you a little tip on pronunciation, British style.
And talk about when you'd actually use it. Sound good.
Sounds great. Let's start.
Okay, first up, to call it a day.
Yes, to call it a day. This basically means to stop doing something, usually work.
Right, because you're tired or maybe you feel like you've done enough for that period. The work for the day is finished.
Yeah, the source mentions someone having a ridiculously busy day, teaching, filming, brewing beer.
Making cheesecake, tidying, quite the list.
Definitely time to call it a day after all that.
And you often hear bosses say it, right? Like, okay, team, let's call it a day.
Exactly. Now, pronunciation-wise, there's a little thing with the word a.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of a strong I sound, like in, say, you want a weak sound, the schwa. So it's more like
So call it a day.
Precisely. Call it a day. Much more natural.
Okay, got it. Next. Idiom number 2. Better late than never.
This one's fairly self-explanatory, I think.
Yeah, the meaning seems clear. It's better to do something late than just not do it at all.
The key is that something is late. It hasn't happened when expected.
Like the example of sending a baby gift a bit after the baby arrived.
Right, you pop a card in saying better late than never. It acknowledges the delay, but focuses on the action itself.
And the pronunciation? Similar tip?
Similar idea, yes. Look at the ends of better and never. Again, it's that weak sound, the schwa.
So better.
Better and never.
Yeah.
And remember, in standard British English, we don't really pronounce that R sound at the end.
Better late than never. Okay, idiom 3. Once in a blue moon. Sounds quite poetic.
It does, doesn't it? It means very rarely, almost never.
Like the actual astronomical event, which isn't common?
Exactly, it symbolizes something infrequent.
The source used the example of drinking champagne maybe only like twice a year.
Yeah, or maybe you play tennis once in a blue moon, or eat curry very infrequently, any rare habit.
And saying it naturally.
Just put a little bit of stress on blue and moon. Those are the key words carrying the rarely meaning, once in a blue moon.
Makes sense. Okay, number 4 takes us to feeling unwell. Under the weather.
Yes. A very common, quite gentle way to say you're feeling ill or not quite yourself.
So less direct than I'm sick or I'm ill.
Generally, yes. It's informal. You're just under the weather.
But there's a note of caution with this one, isn't there, about using it for work?
That's right. While it's perfect for friends, family, casual chats with colleagues.
Maybe not the best phrase for formally calling in sick to your boss.
Probably safer to stick with I'm not feeling well or I'm unwell in that more formal context.
Okay. The example was a friend canceling coffee because she was feeling really under the weather. Seems typical.
Very typical. And pronunciation, you might guess.
Now let me guess. Schwa sounds.
You got it. Under becomes unta, and weather is weth. Again, no harder sound. Unta, the weth.
Not the wethum. Okay. Number 5. To cut a long story short. Useful.
Very useful, especially if you tend to ramble.
It means you're getting to the point, right? Skipping the extra details.
Exactly. You're giving the conclusion or the main point without the whole backstory. Saves time.
The examples were great studying literature when you love music, or that crazy taxi story ending up in another city.
Yeah, in those cases, you definitely want to cut a long story short when retelling them.
So how do we emphasize it?
Stress the last bit.
Yeah.
Cut a long story short. That emphasizes the brevity.
Cut a long story short. Got it. Number 6. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. An image of efficiency.
It really is. It means achieving 2 separate things with just one single action. Very efficient.
Like the example of listening to a language learning podcast.
While you're out for your daily walk, yes.
You get exercise and you learn something. 2 birds, 1 stone, or 1 walk.
Exactly. Now, pronunciation of bird is important here.
How so?
The vowel sound is like in the word her. So it's bud.
Ah, not like beard.
No, definitely not beard. It's bud. And again, that R is silent. Kill two birds with one stone.
Buds. Okay. Number 7. Up in the air. What does that suggest?
Uncertainty. Things being unsettled, undecided, maybe in a state of change. Plans aren't fixed.
The source mentions someone moving house, selling their place, looking for a new one.
Yeah, that's a classic situation where things feel up in the air. Your routine's disrupted. You don't know where you'll be. It all feels unsettled.
Makes sense. And saying the air? Any tips?
Try to link the and air smoothly together, almost like one word. The air.
The air. Up in the air, not the air.
Exactly. Smooth it out.
Okay. Number 8. To be all ears. I like this one.
Me too. It's a really nice way to show someone you're listening intently, giving them your full attention.
You're ready and eager to hear what they have to say.
Totally. Great if a friend says, I need to talk, you can say, okay, I'm all ears.
And it works in more formal settings too, right? Like business.
Absolutely. If someone's about to present a proposal, saying we're all ears shows you're ready and focused.
And pronunciation of ears.
The sound here often becomes a bit like a Z. So think ears.
Ears. I'm all ears. Okay.
Almost there. Number 9. See eye to eye.
This often comes up with agreement or lack of it.
Exactly. To see eye to eye means you agree with someone, but honestly, you probably hear it more often in the negative.
We don't see eye to eye.
Right. Meaning we disagree, we have different opinions, maybe we don't get along because of it.
The example was colleagues disagreeing on a project. Or just generally, we don't see eye to eye means you clash.
And a quick pronunciation point on the word to in the middle.
Another schwa.
You're getting good at this. Yes, it's ta, not to. We see eye to eye, or we don't see eye to eye.
Eye to eye. Got it. And finally, number 10. To let the cat out of the bag.
The classic idiom for revealing a secret.
Usually by accident, right?
Often, yes. You reveal something that was supposed to be kept hidden, perhaps unintentionally, like the cat escaping the bag. It's quite informal, maybe a bit slangy.
The example was almost spilling the beans about a surprise engagement.
Exactly. Telling someone something before they were meant to know. Letting the cat out of the bag.
And pronunciation focused.
Put the stress on cat, let the cat out of the bag.
Let the cat out of the bag. Perfect. So that's our 10.
10 really useful idioms for everyday British English conversation.
Definitely. Learning these and actually trying to use them can make a huge difference to how natural you sound.
It really bridges that gap between textbook English and how people actually speak.
So we encourage you, listen out for these and maybe try slipping one into a conversation this week.
Yeah, give it a go. And maybe think about which one feels most relevant to your life right now.
That's a great final thought. Which of these idioms could you genuinely see yourself using soon, and in what situation? Something to ponder.